Bonjour, cat lady.
Oh, Bruce. Quelle surprise.
What you working on?
Well, Oh, my astigmatism must be on the surge. Well, I doubt it would interest you, but I'm trying to preface my Russian translation of Moby Dick, Chapter 9.
Ah, the sermon. One of my favorite chapters in spite of my personal agnosticism.
You've read Moby Dick?
Just recently I picked back up the tattered old tome. I don't know about you, but I would assert Melville's secret position to be that if there is a God, it speaks in terms of what must be.
Yes.
But he did have to be surreptitious like all other writers during an essentially Victorian period in history.
Yes.
I mean, we must assume a questioning spirit would lurk behind such an intellect. But how much of his devoutness was authentic and visceral?
It does seem to be the constant dance.
For even with children otherwise gifted, a ridiculous assertion spoken at an impressionable age may remain gospel within them for a lifetime.
Yes.
That's after all how societies find agreement, and how they ground their parasitical but essential institutions of governance.
Class and religion.
And that's why the social gatekeepers often treat the truth-tellers so badly. As Joan of Arc herself might attest.
Maybe she would.
The world is an ever-opening Pandora's box, and freedom is only found in
understanding it.
Come on, hussies, get your girdles up. It's time.
Oh, let's talk more of this over drinks during the guest spot, shall we?
I'd love that.
Bruce, where are you?
Oh, watermelon tacos, wee!
It's the Dragonsail Puppets variety show, starring Surrender, Bruce, Catatonia, and Henri, featuring the Dragonsail Puppets band. Anchors away.
Your dimensions, drifting dry and swirling rise. I seem to sense your breath inside this sound. This swelling stillness arising. Shouting under the old sun coming into light. Hanging wall of light.
Sunrise in the prick of night.
Paints a piece of ecstasy. Impossible. We twist, ease the circumstance.
Rising, dropping down.
Not accepting love as
Just keep swelling, spilling, spark.
You came to slay that beast today. Pray, beast of prey. For eternity. Dropping down into the random. Random new, the possible new.
Swelling, spilling, sparking.
More than all that came before and more. He's swelling, spilling, rising into everything. Keep rocking to and fro. Oh, sweet in all your dimensions. First green flashing in the water.
Every stupid scene.
Finger in the darkness, feeling this swelling stillness arising, drifting dry and swirling wide. The possible is ecstasy, but the rooted trees bound in the center by pressing rings. It's everything. Sweet in your dimensionlessness. Cast your line into the silence.
You're holding on.
Break the chill you feel, a stoke, provoke this swelling stillness arising. Night ghosts return, child, beasts they creep, disturbing me, they weep in sleep, provoking me with motion, making one grow wild, side to
You're
side.
the old one.
I've bathed them light beauties. That light you carry has brought you unto me, and now I must shine even brighter, which I intended to do anyway, hussy. What? Chi-Chi, I'm in the middle of a thing. The what? Well, everyone, it appears that there's somebody you need to be on the lookout for. And it's not the freak in the ship laundromat who you might have seen banging on the dryer screaming, "You always do this to me." No, apparently, there's an identity theft going on board this very ship. And Bruce is the target. That's right, Bruce. Yeah, you heard me right, Bruce. So y'all be on the lookout or something. Lord, no accounting for taste. Well, anyway, I hope all of y'all are still enjoying your time on this banana boat. I personally can't wait to dock in New York. That Catwoman might prefer the sea to land, but some of us don't care to live on a diet of mackerel and great white whale smoothies. Lord, Bruce, of all fools. Maybe it's because he's an easy target or something. I don't know. I mean, the only reason I don't go off the rails with him is because I remember those darkened days at the Hobnail Lounge when a young hussy still working on her triple D named Georgia Hot Flash would constantly try to sing with me on stage. So I've experienced Hell's Basement, and honey, I know things could be worse. Oh, y'all, she was needy even then. Oh, talk about a hussy who make you late for soaking your feet. Now, proof positive I'm not a cold sheet of steel can be found in the amount of precious effing life juice I have poured into that creature over the years. Oh, you know, when you have my gifts, you do feel a little guilty about witnessing the totally giftless. But Lord, I have pried that hussy out of her last convertible bucket seat. And if bail is to be posted here on out for her stuffing chicken wings and her elastic jogging pants at the all-you-can-eat pig trough, it can be done by that sugar that benefactor of hers. Lord, I mean, why that mangy hound? Why? Why would you want to emulate all that? Is it the professionalism? Oh, please. You know, we still spend half our budget at the Pinch My Penny buying poster paper for cue cards because the only lyrics that hound can ever remember are disco, disco biscuits, disco, disco biscuits. I mean, you know, I'm happy to have him taking over half the singing duties because I do need a break with all the enlightening I do with my razor edge comedy. Oh, and I'm running an entertainment enterprise single-handedly. Yeah, I guess it is a little hard to run all that through a Xerox machine. But we'll be docking in New York soon, where I will be the Grand Marshal at the Night of 1,000 Surrenders annual event. Now that place is going to be stuffed full of some hussies with some taste. Oh, well, I better go shine a light in the darkness backstage. I'll see y'all on the other side. Oh, Lord.
I would advance that in order to survive, one must first have the will to live.
Yes, and in order to have the will to live, one must have some pleasure of reward.
But then these pleasures can distract one from the mission of survival.
Which can prove fatal.
Yes.
Whether entertaining new friends, old friends, or complete charlatans, only Ahoy Mateys coffee and tea assortment will do.
We survive by promoting a profound capacity for illogical thinking, interwoven with paranoia and bad faith.
Coupled by the support of an often flawed and limited system of imaging.
And sealed off by an addiction for the adrenaline of cheap drama.
May we?
It's truly miraculous how rare it is we actually see God's mother coming out to play.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if no one else gives a piss what you two are talking about. It matters to you and to Ahoy Mateys Coffee and Tea Assortment manufacturers.
Perhaps perhaps we should withdraw to the club bar for a nightcap.
That would be wonderful. Will Surrender be there?
Jean doute. And if she is, she'll be too busy with her vain attempts to dismiss the void in her soul to even notice us. So you understand what you're looking for, hon?
I'm looking for any kind of chicanery.
And what would that look like?
If I offer Bruce some watermelon and he says, "Oh, no, thank you."
That's right. That's how you know it's the fake Bruce. And what if he says, "Oh, Henri, I hope you do another Isle of Woo very soon. They're so entertaining. I don't care if I don't ever get to be featured in them."
Oh, I don't think he would ever say that.
That's what I mean, hon. That would mean you're talking to the fake Bruce.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And what if he asked you to pull up a tarot card for him?
Oh, it never works. He doesn't understand anything I tell him.
That's not the point, honey. The point is he would never ask you to do that in the first place. That's how you know it's the fake Bruce.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a ninja warrior now. Now I gotta go find all the others and train them all into grand sleuths as well. Lord.
Come in! Hey, did you know there's somebody on board who wants to be like me because I'm so sexy?
I don't know. What is your real name?
Bruce?
A likely story.
Hey, do I still have bread on my nose?
I don't know. Just whose bread are you referring to?
The bread in the kitchen?
And did this bread belong to you?
It never belongs to me.
How long have you had that shirt?
Well, I got it from Stormcloud the same day he gave you your shirt. What are you doing?
An amazing likeness of the original.
Hey, has anybody heard this fake Bruce sing? He couldn't possibly sing as pretty as me.
I don't know. Let's hear you sing your favorite song.
Why? I sing it all the time, when Serenda's not around.
I don't think you know how to sing it.
I do too. Disco, disco biscuits, disco. What are you doing?
I'm trying to see if your pupils are dilated.
Well, it doesn't work to shine a light in them. We learned that from that cop, remember?
And just how many times have you been arrested?
You know how many times. What's with the third degree? Hey, are you the real Henri?
Well, sure.
What's your favorite dessert?
Chocolate bunny ears.
The brand with Mia Farrow on the package that tastes like Alaskan salmon?
Oh, pooh. You know the answer to that.
Do I?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know, do ye?
Would you not concede that the function of evolution is not survival of the fittest, but the variation of life?
I would say the proof of that is all around us.
Oh, Dinah, we would love a little refresh.
That being said, I believe our moods and feelings are irrelevant.
Well,
Or at the very least external to the ultimate. Life is simply to attempt every possibility of expression of the full spectrum.
for the rapture of the divine.
Rapture dealies.
Ooh, mercy, my dear. Yeah, hon, you got my strawberry lemon shake on tap. I just believe the long-term survival of any species must depend on migration, n'est-ce pas?
Why, yes, to maintain genetic variation,
Nee.
establish new settlements,
Nee.
and find closets for evolutionary adventuring.
Ooh, adventure dealies, wee! Oh, here's to the brain pumping itself full of euphorias for the journey.
Let the drugs of jubilation flow.
And may the grief and pain of the long wait be washed away.
Hear, hear.
One more round, mon compatriot.
Oh, no thank you. I know my limits.
What?
Oh, you just said the wrong thing there, hussy. Get him.
Keep it classy, hon. You on speakerphone.
And spin without the lie. But then you've got to return.
U.S. Coast Guard, New York Division. Yeah, well, this is Surrender. Again. Yeah, we're going to be docking at your port very soon. I'm going to be the Grand Marshal at the Night of 1,000 Surrenders. So, yeah, you need to hurry and get your tickets now, hon. Well, y'all, I'm calling because we have bagged us a hussy. He's been committing identity theft and he's been running up a tab on our corporate account. I demand a full reimbursement. Now, I know that's not your parlance or your purview, but surely you got a cousin or somebody who works for Visa. And lastly, I demand corporeal justice whatever you got, waterboarding, a wood chipper, plucking out his eyebrows one by one.
I would like to plead for mercy and amnesty for the alleged offender.
Oh, Catwoman, sit down. Yeah, that's that hussy cat I told you about the last time.
Oh, Catatonia, I am deeply sorrowful that our conversations must end in this way. It was a bounteous feast, a deep soul nourishment, not only conversing with you, but also being able to experience, however briefly, what it would be like to don the identity of the greatest soul stylist of our century.
Lord, he's deranged. Y'all need to come get his ass now.
Merci beaucoup and safe journey, mon ami.
Lord, did some hussy from on high look down and say, oh, she clearly doesn't have enough to deal with running a major entertaining enterprise and trying to rope together a bunch of drunks and freaks and ne'er-do-wells. Catwoman, I know I rag on you some, but you're an intelligent woman. Why did you let this go on for so long?
Sometimes the illusion is sweet enough.
Of the fiery breath of a fire man stretched across the firmament. Tonight we sleep underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel. Feel them roll. Surely by my head's to know. Late nights, rock the flow. Dynamic, cinematic, focus jamming the boat starter and it leaves the land. What's its high to the air? Tonight we sleep underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel. Feel them roll. Surely by my head's to know. Let's not rock the flow. What is the blessed word by which we call a snake out of the bird? Once within it can't be tamed, once within it can't be shaken. Once again I must remind you how your fears of the flame may bind you. Tonight we sleep underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel. Rock the floor, shoot, 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 shoot that comet outside. Tunnel deep into the light tonight. Crawling out with a bucket body, but a dragon awaiting its wings. What are you but a baby who waits for wings to lift your heart this late? Night to sleep underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel. Feel them grow. Surely by my head's to know. Tries to keep their feet while skating across the teeth of the beast every day. And you keep in the entryway, yes it is. Life is always on the edge, but maybe you can find a way. Underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel. Feel them grow. Surely by my head's to know. Late night, rock the floor. Tis the moon who rounds the wheel as a flower of the night. Tis the creatures born to fly with a body born to shake. With the scaly wings that drain. Now what is the wheel in the sky but the cycle of the angel on high, the pedal of the dragon? What is the dragon we hope to find but the fear and the hope of our minds are ever seeking sleep? Nights to sleep underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel, underneath the wheel. Feel them grow. dynamic, spermatic. Bow gets jammed and slow starter. Dragon leaves the lair. Rises high into the air. Look at him go. Rising on up to the underneath. 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 Look at him go. Rising on up to the underneath. Rising on up to the underneath. And sometimes this wheel gets off the tread. Ha! Ha ha! Oh, why are you still so scared of this? Yeah, you better run.
Well, thank you all once again for gracing us with your exceptional lusciousness. And we want to thank our good friend Iseemonkeys for his amazing contribution to this show. Well, now that we finally know who's who, we can all rest assured that things may not be getting better, but maybe they won't get much worse. Hell, at least we know what to expect, right? And now it would just tickle me to pieces if y'all would all go off and live in light.
Or suck it up, pussies!
Serinda's gowns, courtesy of the Pinch My Penny Markdown Rack. Wardrobe consultation by Chi-Chi's Productions. Personal assistant to Serinda, also that drag queen from Guatemala. Special promotional consideration by Georgia Hot Flash. Serinda's fragrance, Honeysuckle Passion. Now determined by the FDA to be the only fragrance that will not eventually rot your skin.